All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to start up year 9 with our Arizona Coyotes. We made a big blockbuster trade in the last video, and we got that top 2 defenseman that you guys have been talking about for many years now. All right, no longer have to worry about it. Darcy Jones, I keep saying David Jones. Darcy Jones, there he is, the 90 overall two-way defenseman. Thing about it is he's 24 years old, so you don't have to worry about trading him for like 10 years. All right, so that solves the top 2 defenseman problem, and he is added now to the young core of mid to low 20-year-old players that we already have, alongside of Barzell, Petrie, McMillan, Lou Morris. All right, so these guys are now the future of the Arizona Coyotes. But we don't have to keep talking about the future because we can focus on the present right now, because I want to get back to the playoffs and try to go on another Stanley Cup run. Last video, I did all my lines. I was reading your comments. You guys had some suggestions about line changes. But you know what? I decided to just leave them the way they are right now. I do want to get to your comments and your fan art, but I figured, the good thing about the fan art and the comments is I can talk about them while the simulation is happening, all right? So I definitely read some of your comments, but I'm going to keep the line changes the way they are for the first month. And if we start to lose some games, then I can go ahead with some of your what's it called, tips, I suppose. All right, so I got the trading block clear. Let me just send my scout out to make sure that he's going out there. We'll just go the OHL, QMJHL, and the WHL once again. All right, so the O for 6 weeks. There you go. Let's start up year number 9. All right, there you go. So the background, we'll have the simulation going because the first 30 games, I don't really know what to make of it. All right, we lose the first game of the season in regulation. I don't want to fall too far behind there, but I really do feel like we have a really good team. All right, so we'll just let it go and we'll see what happens after a month or two. So the first comment from Biz Nasty again. Oh my God, I was actually the reason Dadanoff cars crashed. What? He was behind it? Because he made me pay for the drinks at the club. Oh, you guys had to pay. I guess you're not that high profile as studs that you think you are. Give me a break. As a prank, I cut his brakes. Oh, what a freaking, what a prank that is. I cut his brakes, and that's why he kept going even after the red light. The person in the other car is in a coma. Oh my God. But it was Gary Bettman, so who really gives a shit? Oh my goodness gracious. So the car accident that Dadanoff was in the last video was caused by Biz Nasty. I thought you guys were friends. Why would you cut his brakes as a prank? Jesus, Gary Bettman's not liking that prank. He's in a coma right now. Holy crap. All right, so thank you, Biz Nasty. That was a really good comment. Really helping out our GM mode series here. Underdog. Ooh, Underdog with the comments. Strome should play second line. Morris is a career third liner, and you know it. Oh, this guy, not liking, Lou Morris in the second line. We'll say that to the 7-1-1 Arizona Coyotes, a-hole. And you know it's, where am I? Hang on, lost my spot. He only has 4 years of growth left, only 4, and his puck skills are barely in the 80s. Offensive awareness only 76. That's true. If he was the only option for that second line, then I could cope. But Strome is sitting there at 25 years old. He could absolutely grow to an 85, 86 overall in the next 2 years. It's unlikely, but presently he's a better option anyway. See, I disagree. I think a grinder can work in your top 6, especially if the other 5 guys are unbelievable. And you know what? I don't even want to stop the simulation. Let's just keep going here. Things are looking pretty good with this team. All right, so Underdog, your comment is... it's really looking bad as the simulation is happening. If you decide to keep Morris on the second line, then at least give Strome the power play. Good trade, by the way. Also, Petrie has better faceoffs than Kopitar at this point. Maybe try him out at center for a month or so. All right, so... you make a good point about Dylan Strome being a playmaker, that you want to play him on the second line instead of the third line. But I want Lou Morris to get better. I want to give him the ice time so maybe his offensive categories go up. And he's got really good defensive and physical categories now. So he's going to help out that second line defensively. And I think Kopitar and Yakupov are good enough to hold down the offense for that second line all by themselves. And our first line is going to be, oh my God, what the hell is going on? This is too good to be true. And our first line is really tearing it up, right? So I think Lou Morris there on the second line will be fine as long as we have enough offense surrounding him. I think that top 2 defenseman has just turned this team around, boys. This is an incredible start. I want to keep on going here, but there you go. There's the loss. So we had I got to stop this. I got to stop this and take a look. Darcy Jones been injured with a strained hamstring. All right, don't worry about it. He'll be back in a few days. It's not a big deal. I actually forgot to bring up depth players. Yeah, that's got to be something I take care of right now. So DeVry, Gattenby was the guy, right? Yeah, Gattenby, you come up for defense. And then forwards, Selleck, yeah, sniper, Anderson. No, he's playing down in the minors. Kostitsin, Wiggle, he was one. Yeah, Wiggle was one guy up here. And then Bolesky. Yes, Matt Bolesky. There. Oh, salary cap restrictions. All right, so I can't do that. That's okay. I got 2 players up here. But what a start for the Arizona Coyotes, boys. I think a lot of you guys were right when you said about the top 2 defensemen. Absolutely. What I'm going to do is, I know this Gattenby guy shouldn't play first line time, but what's his name? Jones is only going to miss a few games, and I don't want to have to do line changes like more than, like, you know, a couple times here. So let me just get Gattenby on the first line so I can replace him right away next time Jones comes back. 4-on-4 lines, extra attacker. Gattenby. Watch, we lose like 5 games in a row now because of this. All right, so there you go. Back out a little bit. All right, scouting assignment. Okay, I'll send the scout back out. Hang on. 6 weeks in Russia. Sure, why not? We don't have a first-round pick this year, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so let's continue here. Darcy Jones going to be injured to the 20th. Yeah, so he's only going to miss like these 2 games. So, you know, this is going to be interesting. I got Gattenby on my first line. Let's see if our team is that much worse without Jones in the lineup. Let's see if we can get a win without Jones. There, oh, we can still get a 5-0 win. All right, there it is. I was thinking that this Jones guy has probably turned our team completely around. You guys were right, man. That top 2 defenseman, we won 2 games without him in the lineup. Whatever. All right, I'll take it still. But still, just getting that top 2 defenseman in there makes a huge difference. It's crazy how bad we were last year compared to this season. I mean, Jesus, I don't want to jinx us, but 17-1-2, that's incredible. So Jones is back in there. I've scratched Gattenby. Let's continue here. We just finished that comment about Lou Morris. So yeah, I want to give Lou Morris the chance to get even better, all right? I mean, we're winning games, and I think that Kopitar and Yakupov are enough offense on that second line that Lou Morris can, you know, get a few points from them, but he can really use that good physical and defensive categories to make our top 6 a little bit better defensively, all right? So I'm going to leave Lou Morris in the top 6. Last comments. Horvat is way better than Lou Morris. The only difference is that Johnny has a boner for Morris for some reason. What the hell? Oh my God. Even though he's terrible and clearly a career third liner. We'll say that to the 18-2-2 Arizona Coyotes. All right? I got to give this guy ice time, man. He's a bona fide leader. He's a judo enforcer. He's come to me and said, GM, if you don't give me freaking ice time, trade me. I want to be the captain. I want to make a difference. I want to lead this team. If you don't think that I have the ability, then fucking trade me. All right? And he did so in a very intense way, and I thought he was going to judo flip me to the ground and make me tap out like his last opponent in the UFC, all right? So Lou Morris is staying in the top 6, man. I mean, I agree, the third line, you know, he would be the best third liner in the NHL, but I like my third line of Horvat, Stroman, Pierlini. It works. Last year it was a plus, and I mean, look at that freaking record! It's unbelievable! All right, you know what? Maybe we should slow it down a little bit. I do want to take a look at the standings, but why should I stop it? Let's keep going. Let's fucking keep going. This is incredible. Oh, man, this is a great team right now. So everyone's saying that Lou Morris shouldn't be in the top 6. I mean, yes, point-wise, offensively, I see your point. But it's not just about scoring goals, man. We got plenty of offense other than Lou Morris. Lou Morris brings his leadership and his defense and his physical side. Look at this record. This might be the best start to a season I've ever had, even in my own GM modes. This is incredible. I wanna keep going here. Okay, there you go. There's a loss. All right. Oh, you know what? There was one comment. Yeah, you know what? Hang on one second. That's all the comments that I was going to show you on the screen. How do I look at this? You know what? Let me just go to the trades. Yeah, let me go to trades. What I was going to say, I was reading your comments. I'm not going to show this one, but you guys wanted to see the individual stats for Dan McKenzie. He's 97 overall now. I showed you in the last video, but you guys wanted to see his individual stats. Well, there you go. All right, and whoo, yeah, that's why he's 97 overall. Defensive awareness 99. That really brings it up. Passing is 98. His slap shot accuracy could be a little bit better, but his wrist shot is good enough. Let's see his stats for the last few seasons. He's not really like a goal scorer, as much of a playmaker and a defensive playmaker. You know, it's a -3 though. That's interesting. I want to see what kind of stats he has at the end of the year. But yeah, it seems like 27 points, 26 games played. He's more of a playmaker, defensive awareness 99. Imagine him playing alongside a Lou Morris. No one would be able to get into our zone, let alone get a goal. All right, so there you go. There are all the comments. Now we can do the fan art. I wanted to stop the simulation to take a look at the stats, but that would be... It'd be stupid right now. Let the team play. I don't even need to talk about this. Let them go. Hang on. Let's see if we lose 2 in a row here, or 3 in a row or something. Then I can stop and take a look at the stats. There's 2 regulation losses in a row to the LA Kings, and now up against the Chicago Blackhawks. I shouldn't have broken it up for Dan McKenzie there. I jinxed us. Ooh, there's another loss. All right. So you know what? Yeah, we'll do a We'll do a stop right here, and we'll take a look at all the stats. All right, so team standings, we'll see where we are right now. We should be in first with that. Yeah, first place still. Detroit's starting to catch up to us, though. We've had a few losses recently. Goals for per game, 3.68. So, I mean, top of the NHL. So, anyone saying Lou Morris is hurting our offense, I mean, we're first in the NHL, so I'm not really worried about it. And goals against per game, we're second in the NHL, all right? So, yeah, I don't have to worry about any line changes right now. Power play percentage, we're fourth in the NHL, so there's another argument that's been squashed. Lou Morris is hurting our power play. I don't think so. All right, and our penalty kill, 80. Okay, our penalty kill could be a little bit better, but we're second in the NHL for goals against, right? So, time shorthanded, let's see. Time shorthanded. Oh, man, we are the most penalty-taking team in the NHL, so maybe that's why our penalty kill hurts. That's all right. We got a lot of grinders and power forwards, I suppose. Our home record, 14-2-0. Wow, we look like the Nashville Predators. Away record, 10-3-2, and our last 10, 6-4-0. So we've actually slowed down a little bit. A few regulation losses in our last 10 games. 3 in a row, actually. Yeah, there it is. But I'm not going to be worried about it. I'm not going to make any line changes, actually. We've put ourselves in a position where we can have a little bit of a slump. I don't think we were going to get a 70-win season or anything like that, right? Even a 60-win season, that's a little bit out of touch. Just give me a 50-win season. I'm fine with that. Technically, I just want to get back to the playoffs. I really don't care about President's Trophy again. We already proved we can do it once. So the Big Mac, he wants that captaincy next year. 34 points in 31 games played. Nail Yakupov, 29-31. Barzal, 29-31. Petrie, 29-31. Kopitar, 20-31. Lou Morris has only got 13-31 games played. Pirulini is up there. All right, so everyone's going to be saying about Lou Morris. But he's a plus 13. All right, that's what I mean about the... Yeah, you can't. He brings the defensive side to that second line, and our first line is the line that's getting us points this year. Barzal, Petrie, and McMillan. All right, so you know what? It doesn't matter. It's working. I didn't even check out the defenseman there. My fault. It's working, so why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I got to keep the lines the same way they are right now. Our team is playing way too freaking good to mess around with this. Come on, loading stats. Jesus, hurry the hell up. All right, so defenseman, let's see who's doing good for us. Captain Keith Yandle, boys. Who's saying to trade him? On that second line now with Tyson Barrie, I found the perfect combination for him. He's a plus 22 with 28 points. Captain Keith, baby. Darcy Jones, he's only got 13 points, but he's a plus 8 on that first line. We know what he's doing. We got him for his defensive categories, all right? He changes games. He helps us win games. Flynn, holy crap, that's a great goals against. But how about Brendan Hope? He's having another amazing year, 2.16 goals against, 21-4-0, and a save percentage of 92.82 with 3 shutouts. Hell yeah, Brendan Hope. All right, so we're playing fine here. We're playing fine. So let's continue with our simulation now. We're on a 3-game losing streak, but I don't care if we go on a 10-game losing streak. We'll still be above 500. We've put ourselves in a great position here, all right? So let's go up to the All-Star break. We still have all the fan art to go through here, so let's try to get through this quickly. You guys keep sending in so much. I want to get them all in here, all right? So I'll try to be quick with this. All right, so up first, I don't always say I'm going to retire, but when I do, I don't. Keith Yandle. Dos Equis. Keith Yandle's not that old. Come on, Jesus Christ. In Yandle, we trust for one more year. I told you, man, I trust in Keith Yandle. You got to build a team around veterans. You don't have to trade them away, man. You can still have a fantastic team. Johnny, I'm coming for you. Who is that? Colorado Avalanche. Chase Marchand. Oh, man. An old trade that I traded away. Yeah, he ended up being a fantastic goalie, but I have hope. Here we go again. Duthie, I strongly believe that GM Superbman of the Arizona Coyotes only has 2 options moving forward. Number 1, lose again. Number 2, sign the stud Dadonov. McKenzie, I 100% agree, James. Ever since the Game 7 versus New Jersey, he has been on fire. Even in the KHL, he has dominated, scoring 100 points or 100 goals. Holy shit, 100 goals last season. Hang on a second here. Let me just send my scout back out. I got a multitask here, 6 weeks, WHL. Yeah, we'll keep going all the way up to the All-Star break. Our record is fine. I don't need to even look at it right now. Scoring 100 goals last season. The Coyotes should definitely look to sign him. Will Smith, rookie analyst. He is very durable, which I like. For example, he has survived 2 Sharknadoes, a car crash, and a night of drinking with Paul Bissonnette. My God. All right, very nice. You guys in these novels, man. All right, next up, Little and Chris Letang. Little, GM Superbman never gave me a real chance. I will get back for him, or get back for this. I'll get him back for this. All right, well, I had to do it, man. Look at our team playing now. It was a good move. It ended up being a great move for our franchise. And Letang, I've been traded twice in this little amount of time. Now I'm really pissed off. Chris Letang, I traded you to a good team. You get to play alongside of Connor McDavid. And you have a whole defensive core that you can play alongside of, man. You're the veteran on that core now. I think it's just fine. All right. Next, another movie. My whole roster is getting movie deals. How are they going to have time to play in the NHL? The incredible true story of Brendan Hope. We always had hope, as told by best friend Lou Morris. Very nice, very nice. Oh my God, attempted murder of Evgeny Dadonov. Oh, you know what, guys? I really appreciate you guys, but I can't read all this stuff, man. I gotta focus on all this other stuff. So I will show this stuff. You guys can read it yourself, but the font is too small right now. I'm trying to do a live GM mode commentary, right? So I appreciate the work. Keep sending it in. I can't read all that. All right, it's just too much. Friggin' Dadonov. Our savior, Darcy Jones. I believe it. I believe in Darcy Jones, man. He showed up and our team turned it around big time. You need a top 2 defenseman. Well, here he is. GM Superb, man. Answers everyone's prayers and brings the savior onto the team. Next up. Holy shite, it can't get worse. Come on, Chris Letang. He's angry that he's got traded to New Jersey. Give me a break. New Jersey Devils are fine. The downfall. One day, hope may be restored. Fucking Columbus Blue Jackets, man. What a great season that would have been, man. Back-to-back Stanley Cups. That'll never be forgotten. Keith Yandel. Very nice. Very nice. Florida GM fired. Oh, replaced by legend Yuri Kapitanov. Oh my God, Yuri Kapitanov is now the GM of the Florida Panthers. I guess they moved back to Florida from Quebec City. Former Quebec Nordiques forward decides to take over GM of the Florida Panthers. They were the same team! All-star break. All right, here we go. What do we want to do? Keep going here. I mean, 31-12-3. I don't even need to stop here. Let's go to the trade deadline with this. Just let this team play. Like, we're already in the playoffs with this. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go all the way up to the trade deadline with this, and then we can do a whole... Like, if we should make... I don't need to break up this season into 3 videos. This could be a 2-video season for sure. Our team is just automatic right now. All the way up to here. I'll finish up the fan art here. All right, next one. The fans, the Big Mac. Brandon, the Big Mac McMillan. The fans have drank the Kool-Aid or ate the Big Mac. Oh, man, he's having a great year. Look, 22 goals just after the All-Star break. This guy's the real deal. Power forward, man. I found the perfect combination for Petrie and Barzell. Oh, Jesus. I could guarantee you this is an English soccer kid right here. But meanwhile in Arizona, fuck you, Emerson Edom. Yeah, son, see? I've brought hockey to the state of Arizona. Now we got little kids cheering for the Arizona Coyotes, man. Hockey is alive and well down there in Arizona. From rookie to legend. Hashtag best 86 overall ever. Hashtag we have hope. Hell yeah, he is a legend now, man. The seasons that he's had, back-to-back Stanley Cup finals, a Stanley Cup ring, a Conn Smythe in there. Yeah, he's a legend, for sure. A legend in Arizona. Oh my God, it's Godzilla! Johnny, I'll replace Yandel. Oh, man, you know what? I wouldn't mind replacing Yandel with a big beast that could just step on all the opposition. But Keith Yandel's having a great season, man. I think I'll take Captain Keith over you. Sorry, next time, Godzilla. I hear you're looking for a head coach, Chara Bunny. I'm not looking for a head coach, man. My coach is playing fine. We may not be playing as good as we were at the beginning of the season, but that rate was way too unsustainable. All right, all I need is a good 3-1, 2.5 to 1 loss ratio kind of thing, you know, and I'm fine with that. Another movie, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Darcy Jones's locker. So not Davy Jones's locker, it's Darcy Jones's locker. Synopsis, we have hope. Oh my God, all these movie deals, man. And last but not least, 2BC, it's General Zod! It's the old Zod! 2BC News, Johnny General Zod seen RKOing GM Superb, man. No, he didn't RKO him, he released the World Engine on his ass, come on. He was then later seen stone cold stunnering Lou Morris and the Big Mac. Nah, son. Lou Morris versus General Zod. That's a scary fight to even think of, man. I don't want to think of... That's an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object right there. We got to think about that for a later time, all right? So, thank you, boys, for the fan art. The Arizona Coyotes currently 37-18-3, so it's not like we're going to have a 60-win season or anything like that. We have come back down to earth, which I completely understand. Portland player Matt Bolesky replaced that player. All right. But yeah, it's still a fantastic record. When you look at last year, I mean, do we have more wins already than we had last year? I think we did, right? I forget what a record was, but we didn't have 40 wins last year. We had 30-something. So we're having a great season so far. Let's just get up to the trade deadline, and we'll do a whole... second, well, not first half wrap up. It's more than first half now. Yeah, we are losing some games now. 39 and 23. That's even below 2-to-1 loss ratio. But again, that's okay. I think the amazing run that we had at the beginning of the year was, again, way too unsustainable. All right, I still love our record, and we're a playoff team. Once we get into the playoffs, it's a different story. I just want the playoffs. Continue. I'm actually going to get Matt Bolesky up here. Oh, excuse me. There you go. There's a loss again. So 40, 20, and 4. Decent. It's a decent. There's another loss. All right, so we're losing some games here. All right, so yeah, let's do a wrap-up. Hang on one second, though. All right, so here we are at the trade deadline. I'm glad we didn't stop the video any time between this. I mean, we've been fine this entire time. 84 points. The Edmonton Oilers are actually in first with 90 points, but 84 for us is in second. So, I mean, we've already pretty much clinched a playoff spot unless we lose every other game from now to the end of the regular season, all in regulation, which is not going to happen, right? So we're in the playoffs, which is good news. I'll show you the stats for this season. Yeah, we already have more points. We have one less point already, and we're already up at the trade deadline, all right? So we're having a great year. Our goals against is really down there, which is the playoff stat, which is what I need, right? But you can see why we've been losing some games. I mean, 2 losses right there, right? 2 losses right there. Another 2 losses right there. Another 2 losses right there. Another 2 losses right there. You know, since the All-Star break, we've had a knack of losing 2 in a row, 2 in a row, 2 in a row. So that's okay, though. I'm fine with that. Second in the NHL is just fine, especially after a year where we barely made the playoffs. You know, it's good to know that we're right back here. So let's take a look at some of the stats here, and maybe we can make a line change or two to get this under control. And we've actually played like 4 more games than the Edmonton Oilers as well, right? So they are really in first place. 42, 13, and 6. Holy crap. We're 40, 21, and 4. The Edmonton Oilers are tearing it up. So goals for per game, we are 4th in the NHL. All right, so maybe Lou Morris is slowing down that second line a little bit, fine. But I guarantee you our goals against is going to be up there. Goals against per game, 2nd in the NHL, all right? So I think we move Strome up to the second line. Maybe our goals for goes up a little bit, but our goals against might go down. I'm fine with this combination right now, okay? Our team is not perfect, but it's damn good. Power play percentage, 6th in the NHL. Penalty kill percentage, 10th in the NHL. That's not bad. 10th is not bad at all. I'm fine with that. We're still the 3rd most penalty taken team in the NHL, but whatever, man. I don't care about that. Our home record, 23, 10, and 1. Our away record, 17, 11, and 3. And our last 10, see what I mean? We've been faltering a little bit, 4, 5, and 1, all right? But again, it's impossible to maintain that kind of pace for an entire NHL season. I'm fine. I'm just glad that we got the wins early, and now we're not fighting for a playoff spot. We can kind of take it easy and, you know, come the playoffs, then we can turn it on. We did it last year. We turned it on. We can do it again this year, man. Our team is so much. It's hard to say. We don't imagine we had Corey Perry still in his prime, you know, with Darcy Jones, man. That would be the true team, but it's a little bit much to ask. There's a turnover rate. All right, so Harvey McMillan, he's leading our forwards in points, 61 points in 65 games played. He's got 29 goals, so what a pickup this guy was. Matthew Barzal, 61 points in 65 games played. So you guys are saying that his passing percentages or his passing overall is not good enough. He's got 44 assists in 65 games played, man. That's fine for me. And Lucas Petrie, 52 points in 65 games played, 24 goals. So I think we've found our first line now for a long time in McMillan, Barzal, and Petrie. McMillan's 24, Barzal's 25, Petrie's 23. You know what I mean? This is the future of the Arizona Coyotes, these 3 players. Nail Yakupov, 48 points in 65 games played, but he's got 23 goals. Kopitar, only 40 points in 65 games played, but that makes sense. We know that because that second line is definitely more defensive. Lou Morris, 22 points in 65 games played, only 5 goals. All right, +4, +2, +11 for these guys. Yeah, it's all led by our first line. But I'm not going to make any changes. All right, there you go. There's Dylan Strome that you guys are saying to move up. He's got 21 points. Pierlini's got 20 points. Zach Smith's got 17. Roussel, all right. McMillan, not Macmillan, McMillan. Defense, Keith Yandel. Look at that, Captain Keith. Now, he has dropped to a 79 overall. Look at that. He's dropping even more. His defense awareness, 79. All right, but is he still a plus player? He's a plus 18. So, I mean, 43 points. His offensive categories are still fine. Tyson Barrie is second. Ekman Larson. Jones has 16 goals. That's great. Plus 8. All of our defensemen are plus players. All right, and Zadorov and Jesse Mills are plus 9 and plus 10, which is great as well. And goaltender, yeah, we started to allow a few more goals. 2.33, 35, 16, and 0. All right, and a save percentage of 92.21 with 5 shutouts. Our stats are fine, all right? You can nitpick things for sure, but I think our stats are just fine. So let us do a little bit of due diligence here. I don't think I want to make any trades, boys, but I'll just take a look at what's available in the market. All right, skaters. So let's just go through all these. You guys can quickly take a look at what players are available, and maybe Phil Kessel. But where would Phil Kessel fit in? You know, I'm not going to get him for the second line. Giroux's available. I'm not going to get him for the second line and move Lou Morris down to the third line. You know, I like our team right now. I wouldn't be opposed to getting maybe a fourth liner to bolster that fourth line instead of a McMillan or a Roussel. Maybe pick up some depth players for the playoff run. That's what I'm thinking about right now, right? But a star player, well, I would have to give up something to get him back. I don't think that's going to work, all right? Let's see. Let's take a quick look at Phil Kessel, though. What's his stats? 35. He's, yeah, I mean, geez, 1 year left at 9.40. It definitely would work out for us, but I don't think we need it this year, man. And that's a lot of trade value to give up. You'd have to give up some young prospects and maybe a draft pick. All right. And I want Lou Morris to play on that second line. I really do. All right. So, no, I'm not going to make any trades like that. You guys saw what was available. So let me know. The important thing is that the Arizona Coyotes, for the 8th year in a row, look like they're going to get back to the playoffs. The President's Trophy is not out of reach, but we got to really start to win some games. And the Edmonton Oilers, we got to get some help from them because we got 4 games in hand and they have 6 points ahead of us, right? So they might win the President's Trophy this year, but I want that Stanley Cup. That's all I freaking care about. So let me know what you guys think about our roster. Let me know what you guys think about any line changes or any trades, and I will see you guys, and we'll wrap up the Year 9 season in the next video.